In today's video we are going to see how to fight against this Tartakower or Old Indian defense or Ukrainian variation with d6 and e5. We're going to see how to play with the white pieces. So without further ado, let's dive in. After the move d4, black can do it in two different ways actually, and he would like to complicate a little bit the game, confuse the things and things like this. So he can play d6 instantly, and after c4 he can play something like e5. This is Tartakower system, and you can play here knight f3 and continue with the main line, or knight to c3. Another interesting option, if you would like to avoid completely this thing, is to play knight f3. And now you are trying to stop this move and he cannot play this one. And if he just plays something like this, you can play h3, inviting him to capture here, and you can recapture with a pawn. And this is very similar to a Caro-Kann defense. Completely different system, but in Caro-Kann we have a system like this, very solidly, and white can continue developing the piece like this. The king is extremely solid with this pawn, and we have the open file. So here in this particular game, after d4, black played knight f6, and now we have c4, and black played again the move d6. Try to mix a little bit the things, let's say, or try to improve them. Now white played this one, and of course again we have this move knight f3, but he played this one, and now e5. This is all Indian defense or Ukrainian variation, because we have the knight out actually, the knight on f6. This is the difference between the Tartakower system. And white just continue developing the pieces, inviting black to capture on d4 if he likes, because we can recapture with this one, and we can develop our pieces very naturally after this. And what this bishop is going to do with this pawn on d6, this white is saying this. And after this move, now white has some options. One of them is to go on d2, and another one is to go on g4. However, in this particular game he played knight to h4. Here the knight looks ugly on that square, but black cannot play this move on g5, and sooner or later the knight can land on f4 square. For example, he's going to play something like g3, and he's going to remaneuver the knight there. We can do something similar here with the knight on g4, because after h6, for example, we can go back and then land again on f4. So the ideas are approximately the same. And after this he played d5, we have some exchanges. Be careful, because now the knight is under attack, so white player played this move g3, and we have some exchanges, and the move c5, black tried to do something, tried to open up the center and things like this. We have e3, bishop there, knight back, keeping everything under control, and after castling, knight on f4. White is playing a lot of maneuvers with the knight. However, knight has a very nice position now there on f4, and the bishop can develop on g2. g5, continue attacking the knight, knight h5. Who is going to attack the knight now? No one. And after this he played there. We have some exchanges, and after this check, white has to be careful here, because the knight on h5, this is the problem. This knight could be the problem. It looked very aggressive piece actually. We are threatening this pawn, but he is giving a check. And we should not play bishop on d2, because he can take. And if we just take with the queen here, he can play bishop on g4, and the knight is trapped there. We're going to lose the knight. We have to take with the king in this particular position, and now we're completely losing, because we have this check, and he cannot go there because we have the same check. He has to go on c1, let's say, and now bishop to f5, protecting that pawn. The rook is coming, and black has a very strong attack. For this reason, the most natural move, bishop on d2, it's not working, and he played this king f1. It looks illogical, bad position actually, but we have a very solid knight on h5, a very nice position, and we're going to play h4, try to do something on the king side. The game is a little crazy. He just continued with bishop to f5, we have h4, he played this one to close everything, and now white start counter-attacking, and we have rook to b1. He's not threatening the bishop yet, because we have the knight, but he is threatening d5, for example, to unstabilize the knight, or he is threatening something like a3, kicking the bishop out and then to capture that pawn. These are some ideas, and black played this move here, bishop e7, prophylactic move, overprotecting everything, and he's sacrificing the pawn on b7. However, white didn't capture that pawn, because after rook takes there, he can play rook b1, rook b8, and he has compensation for the sacrificed pawn with a very solid some initiative and very active pieces. So white played this move, didn't capture the pawn, queen a5, I'm going to take in the right moment, and he is threatening now to take on b7, and then he's going to take on the knight on c6. And now is when the black started going crazy, actually, a little crazy. He went there, rook on c8, bishop a3, white continue exchanging some pieces. He would like to weaken a little bit the dark squares here around the king, and later he can play something like this, developing the rook, and everything looks okay. But now black, he would like to do something, fight for something, and he played b5. Whoa, the queen is under attack, but we can take this pawn. And he can take with some ways, he just captured with the queen, because now he is threatening this bishop on f5. And black played here, rook to b8, attacking the queen, skewering the queen to the rook actually, and the rook is under attack. And after this exchange, he just captured here, threatening that pawn, threatening this pawn. And after this take, we have king on e2. And if you just take the rook, we can recapture with the bishop. And black has the thought here that I'm going to win right now, right here, because your king is exposed, right? I'm going to do something. He can take the bishop, or he cannot take the bishop because we're threatening the rook, but he continued giving checks. And after this check, threatening the king, he captures there, and now we have this one. And he would like to perform a checkmate attack, for example, something like this, right? He would like to do something like this. And now we have bishop takes c4. He cannot take the rook here, because if he just take the rook, then this is a very strong check. The king has to go back, and now we can take the rook with check. This is the problem. And after this, for example, he can take this with check, and the bishop is gone with check again. So we need to be very careful, very fighting game this one. And white capture on e4. This is very nice because white can escape with the king maneuver. He is threatening the rook there, and he is threatening a checkmate on h7. And black continue with this check. Now bishop on d3, attacking the queen and keeping all the threats because this rook is under attack, the pawn on h7 is under attack, and black has problems now. He just played there, another check, and the king start marching forward. King on e3, another check. Oh, I can take it. But we have another check with the rook, the king continue going forward, and we have another check, he went on h6, and another check. Now the king captured this one, and it looked like that black doesn't have any real defense against this checkmate. What he's going to do? He can play something like this, and white can completely ignore him. He can play this check, and after that he can take with the queen. And it looked like that black can give this check delayed a little bit, but now he can pin the queen and say, what you are going to do? I'm going to pin your queen here. It looked like that he can take some material, but now white is winning, and white can win with this beautiful checkmate with the bishop on h7. Very crazy game actually. At some point black went very tried to do something in the center of the board with these crazy maneuvers, crazy sacrifices. This was good there, and white took the upper hand on this point. He has something, the initiative. Black tried to fight back, and now he went very crazy with this move b5. And after that he went here, and all the funny happens after knight takes d4, and we have this move, but suddenly white can stop all of the checks here, all of the checks, and he managed to win this game brilliantly, I can say. So, why you should become a member? This is an amazing opportunity to you to support the channel and gain access to exclusive perks. Well, it's not just about supporting the channel, it's about becoming part of the exclusive community. You'll be helping me to continue creating the content you love, and in return you get some fantastic benefits. We have 3 membership levels, tolerated fit everyone needs: the gold, the diamond and the platinum. Join as a member is a great way to interact with me directly. You will get loyalty badges next to your name in comments, access to custom emojis and special discounts. I prioritize replies to members. Access exclusive videos available only for members to enhance your chess skills. The time to improve is now. on the Platinum membership plan you will get a chess course for free. So what you are waiting for? Click the join button to become a member today. Let's take this journey together to the next level and unlock these amazing perks.